Do you have trouble sleeping, sore joints, or a slow memory? What if I told you that the foods you've been eating for decades, including bread, rice, and potatoes, might be making these problems worse? What if the key to better sleep, digestion, and even more energy was as simple as modifying how you eat these common foods? Stay with me because in this video, we're going to talk about how you can eat bread, rice, and potatoes without raising your insulin levels. This will improve your health and well-being for the better. If you're new here, please subscribe to this channel. This channel is for seniors like you. Every week, we provide you natural cures, medical advice, and ways to improve your digestion, protect your heart, strengthen your bones, sharpen your memory, and boost your energy. If you sign up, you'll always get tips that can help you live a healthier, happier, and more independent life after 60. Hit the subscribe button immediately. And let's work together to improve our health. Let's speak about insulin first. What is it, and why is it important for your health, especially beyond age 60? The pancreas makes insulin, a hormone that helps your body control blood sugar. It is necessary for turning food into energy. But if your insulin levels go up too high or too often, it can cause big difficulties, especially for older people. You may have heard of insulin resistance. Your pancreas has to work harder to make more insulin when this happens because your body's cells become less sensitive to it. Over time, this can cause weight gain, tiredness, type 2 diabetes, and even memory issues. This is where potatoes, rice, and bread come in. These foods have a lot of carbs, which the body turns into sugar glucose. They can quickly raise your insulin levels when you eat them, but it doesn't have to be like that. Stay with me, because the following section could surprise you. You can consume bread, rice, and potatoes without making your insulin levels go up, and I'm going to show you precisely how. Let's look more closely at the science behind how carbs affect your insulin. Your digestive system breaks down carbs into glucose, which then enters your blood. The faster glucose gets into your blood, the bigger the insulin surge. So, why do potatoes, rice, and bread make your blood sugar go up? These foods, especially when they are refined, have a lot of glycemic index. That means they turn into glucose quickly, which raises your blood sugar quickly. When your blood sugar increases quickly, your pancreas releases a lot of insulin to bring it back down. This can be hard on your body. But here's the catch. Not all carbs are the same. Some carbs take a long time to break down, which makes blood sugar and insulin levels rise more slowly. We'll talk about it in a minute. But first, let's talk about how you can change the way you eat these things. Let's start with bread, which a lot of us like but feel bad about since it raises insulin levels. Fiber is the most important thing here. Fiber slows down the breakdown of carbs, which helps keep blood sugar levels stable. Instead of white bread, choose whole grain bread. Whole grains are full of fiber, which slows down how quickly sugar gets into your blood. But don't stop there. Look for bread made with sourdough or sprouted grains. Sprouted grains are even better because they have a lower glycemic index, which means they don't make blood sugar spike as quickly. You could be saying to yourself, I don't have time to look for sprouted grain bread, but here's the good news. Sourdough is also a terrific choice. Fermentation breaks down the starches in sourdough, which makes them easier for your body to digest. So how much bread should you eat? Should pay attention to what your body is telling you. But a tiny piece or two, about 1 to 2 servings is usually okay when you eat it with protein or healthy fats to slow down digestion even more. To make things more even, eat your bread with avocado, olive oil, or perhaps some lean protein like turkey. Let's talk about potatoes next. Many older people appreciate them as a comfort dish. But here's the thing. Potatoes can make your insulin levels go way up, especially when they're boiled or mashed. Why? Because they have a lot of starch and a high glycemic index. But most people don't realize this. There is a way to make potatoes less bad for your blood sugar levels. Putting boiled potatoes in the fridge changes some of the carbohydrates into resistant starch, which slows down digestion like fiber does. So the next time you consume a baked potato, put it in the fridge for a few hours or overnight before you eat it. Want to go even further? Try roasted sweet potatoes instead of mashed potatoes with butter and cream. Sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index, which means they won't raise your insulin levels as much as ordinary potatoes. Also, they are full with vitamins A and C. Potatoes make your blood sugar go up. Please tell me in the comments if you've tried creating them this way. Now let's talk about rice, which is another food that might raise blood sugar. A lot of us like to eat white rice with our meals, but it's one of the foods with the most sugar in it. But here's a secret. Cooking white rice and then letting it cool can make it better for your insulin levels. When rice cools down, it also makes resistant starch, which lowers the glycemic effect, just like potatoes. The same idea works for cooling potatoes. If you want to eliminate the rice problem altogether, use brown rice or quinoa instead. Brown rice is a complete grain that has higher fiber, which makes digestion slower. But quinoa is a complete protein, has a lot of fiber, and has a lower glycemic index than both white and brown rice. What kind of rice do you like best? Do you favor white rice, or do you prefer healthier options like quinoa? Please leave a remark. Now that we know how to make bread, rice, and potatoes easier on insulin, let's talk about the best ways to enjoy these foods without raising your insulin. Levels to 1. Add protein and healthy fats. Adding protein such as chicken, turkey, or tofu, and healthy fats like avocado or olive oil helps slow down the digestion of carbs, which will slowly release sugar into your system too. Keep an eye on how big your portions are. It's easy to consume too many carbs, especially if they are your favorite comfort foods. Stick to tiny servings, such a half cup of rice or a little piece of bread, and eat a lot of veggies and lean proteins with them. 3. Timing is important. When your body is most able to handle them, try to eat carbs with your biggest meals. This is very essential for older people who may have slower metabolisms. Eating smaller meals earlier in the day may help you better control your blood sugar. 4. Take your time and chew well. One of the best advice that people don't always follow is to eat slowly. Chewing your meal well helps your body break it down better, which keeps your insulin levels stable. In short, you may enjoy bread, rice, and potatoes without raising your insulin levels by making simple changes to how you consume them. This is a big deal for your health. To go over it again, choose whole grains, sprouted bread, and sourdough instead of white bread. Keep potatoes in the fridge and choose sweet potatoes for a reduced glycemic impact. Choose quinoa or brown rice instead of white rice. And remember that cooling your rice before eating it is good for you. These easy modifications can help you sleep better, digest better, have more energy, and even keep your memory sharp as you become older. Please like, share, and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful. By signing up, you'll get weekly recommendations developed particularly for seniors. These suggestions can help you live longer, healthier, and happier. Once you turn 60, take care of yourself until we meet again. And remember that simple changes can have a tremendous effect.